Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Pauline, and today we have a lot of fun and exciting news, but just I wanted to give a recap of the CMAs. Also, I wanted to let you guys know some juiciness in regards to Prince Harry, which I'm very excited to share, as well as Taylor Swift and her cool Halloween costume that she posted about this past weekend. And now I do have a little bit of sad news to share as well that we're going to talk about later on in the show. There's just a lot going on in the entertainment world. And my personal favorite is when, now, you have to take celebrity lives with, they're people too. And so even though we have to understand that even though everything always looks glamorous and fun and exciting, that they're people too. And so I really enjoy when, and I've always said this, I love that through social media and through all types of social media, actually, whether that's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, even, that we're just able to see a deeper and more intimate self of some of these people that we admire, look up to, and enjoy watching. And that's for any type of celebrity, whatever genre that they're most known for, whether it's music, movies, television, books, even. I know that there's a lot of people who have become famous through their writing, and which is very exciting. There's so many genres of entertainment out there for us to enjoy. And so I wanted to start off this podcast and this episode discussing love, because this is going to be an episode and we're going to see all the types of emotions that celebrities deal with and that we sometimes forget that they too have to go through. Now, the first thing, like I said, is love. And it's so exciting because I don't know about you, but have you ever seen this is one of my all-time favorite movies, and just mostly because I love Anne Hathaway, but it kind of, in a way, it's kind of like a version of Princess Diaries. Now, in Princess Diaries, it was like a Disney Channel movie, and then it became like really big, and it starred Anne Hathaway, and it was just a lot of fun. And so growing up watching Princess Diaries, and I don't know about you, and it could be just because I am just weird like this, I don't know, but every once in a while, I kind of imagine what it would be to how my life would change if I were to suddenly find out that I was the princess of Genovia, or if I started dating a prince who just fell in love with me and swooped me into his kingdom. And now I don't know if that will ever happen. I mean, and then you get these little instances of hope, and when you decide that, oh, it's not going to happen to me, then it happens to someone. And like Kate Middleton, they met in college, at university, and I'm already done with university, I'm already done with college, and I clearly did not meet a prince there, unless he's waiting to come, and I don't know, he just hasn't made his love known to me yet. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I didn't go to school with any princes. And if I did, I hope I was nice to them. But anyways, but like I said, so then we have Kate, who inspires us and lets us know that it could happen to someone who is not of necessarily royal descent. And so we keep hope alive. And so another girl who is an actress, her name is Meghan Markle, and you may be familiar with her if you follow the TV show Suits. She's gorgeous. I think she's very, very beautiful. But it has been revealed that she is dating Prince Harry, which is quite exciting. And it's not one of those things where, as of right now, it seems that it's very, very serious, and that she has been invited to even meet Prince Charles as well. And so they're taking this very, very seriously, and so much serious, and so serious that she now has security guards following her and keeping watch over her just so that she is protected at all times. And she is a celebrity here in the United States just because of the fact of her show Suits and some of the work that she has already done, but also because now this heightened security kind of lets us know that this is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? And so I am very excited for her. They have reached out to even her mother to kind of get some feedback and get some commentary on the relationship. And so it's something that has just been revealed to us. But clearly, since they are seemingly so, and rightfully so, in a very serious stage of their relationship, we can only imagine that it's been under wraps for some time and just now revealed to us. And so that's very exciting. And like I said, who knows? I think all of us at some point think about the excitement that comes with dating a prince or becoming a princess or whatever. And if you didn't, and it could be just the whole Disney syndrome because they glamorize it so much. And it could be that, or it could just be the fact that, I don't know, everybody just, I don't know. It probably is just a Disney syndrome that I'm dealing with. But anyway, so speaking of the crown and speaking of the royal family, Netflix has just, they are releasing, it comes out this weekend, and so if you haven't seen it, you're not too far behind, but they are releasing the first season of a reportedly 6th season as of right now, at least 6 seasons, a minimum. That is the plan, to have 6th season, is a Netflix original series. And it's entitled The Crown, which is very exciting. And it's kind of, it's by Peter Morgan, and it's, it is a work of fiction, but it is a biographical series that imagines the inner life of Queen Elizabeth II. And that's kind of what the fun thing and the intriguing thing about this Netflix series is, that it's not really, it's fiction. So it's imaginary, but it's what we and what the director and the writers believe she dealt with and went through, and from her perspective. So more of an inner perspective on what she is going through and what she has had to deal with in such a long reign as queen. And so I'm very excited actually for that. I don't know what it is about and it's by screenwriter, like I said, Peter Morgan, and he also has written 2 other works of fiction about the Queen. He did a play called The Audience, as well as a film called The Queen. And so, it's just one thing that he is clearly very in love with the Queen. And that's what I was wondering. That's what I was going to get to, is I'm not quite sure what it is with our fascination as Americans with the royal family. And I have a friend who is from England, and I asked him one day, I was like, so do you guys love her? Do you guys what it is, about her? Are you so, and I was telling, because he was asking me, he asked me himself, he was like, why are Americans so intrigued and so interested in the royal family? And I was like, well, are you guys not? Because, this was during the time where we were getting ready and going through the royal wedding and all the excitement leading up to the royal wedding and revealing how they had met and their love story, as well as the royal wedding, and how excited we were to see it in all the magazines with the pictures all over the tabloids, as well as the, watching the royal wedding. I remember I was so excited to watch the royal wedding and all the hats and everything. And he was like, why are you guys so obsessed with her and so obsessed with the royal family? And I was like, are you guys not? And now it could just be because he's just a nonchalant guy and he doesn't quite care for celebrities as a whole. He doesn't get engrossed with celebrity lives and celebrity stories and all of that. So it could just be that. But he was like, no, she's a figurehead more than, he was like, she doesn't really, we don't get so obsessed with her. And that was and ever since he asked me that, I've always thought to myself, why are we as Americans so obsessed with the royal family? And it could just be, like I said, the whole Disney effect, where it's the most tangible and closest to us that we can relate to, perhaps, as far as country wise. And but then we would never be okay with the monarchy here in the United States. And it's like a lot of our ancestors in the very, 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 very beginning, the revolution was to break from the monarchy. So literally the start of our nation was us cutting them out of our lives. And that's the foundation. And so it's just quite funny to me how we as a nation started off by breaking from the monarchy and now present day we're so obsessed with the royal family. And so that I don't know, perhaps you guys know why we're so obsessed, because it's just a fantasy and they are actually living out a fantasy, or it could be because I think that's really the only reason why, because like I said, we would never have a monarchy here, and we would never, I don't know. So anyway, so we're going to cut it to a quick break, but when I come back, I also wanted to discuss some news with Michael Buble. It is the holiday season, and he is definitely the sound of the season, and one very iconic. This is his time. And so I wanted to talk about some news that he has just revealed to us, his fans, as well as Deadpool, and give a recap of the CMAs, which was the 50th CMAs, which I watched and I enjoyed. And so I wanted to give some highlights of a recap of my favorite parts of the awards show. So keep it locked here. You are listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast. I will be right back.
Want to find out what movies to go see? Then check out the GSMC Movie Podcast. It's your ticket to the latest movies, whether it's a new blockbuster event, romantic, comedy, or action flick. This show has got it all covered. They talk some what to go see now, don't bother, what's hot on Netflix, and everything in between. That's gsmcpodcast.com/movie-podcast. When it's all about the movies, it has to be this new show. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit gsmcpodcast.com for more info.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Pauline, and so I have some sad news to share with you guys in regards to Michael Buble. Now, Michael, I love his music. He's a lot of fun. This is definitely the season of Michael Buble, as we know. But unfortunately, we may have to hold off for quite some time, actually. There's no timeline on when he will be performing or producing any new music, coming out with any new music anytime soon, because it was just revealed. So he is married to Louisiana, and they do reside. They have two sons, a 3-year-old and a 10-month-old, and they do their residence is in Argentina. But it was just revealed that, and she had posted on her Facebook page that their eldest son, who's 3 years old, his name is Noah, has been diagnosed with cancer, which is very, very sad. And so they have decided, and Michael has posted a statement. He has come out with an official statement stating that at this time, both he and his wife will be putting their professional careers on hold, completely on hold, that they are not going to be engaging in anything as far as career-wise. And so that's why I'm saying we won't be hearing from him anytime soon, and that they are just asking for, I'll quote this, an excerpt from his statement was that they are devoting all their time and attention to help Noah to get better, and for now suspending our professional activities. During this difficult time, we ask you to pray for him and please respect our privacy. We have a long road ahead, and we hope that with the support of family, friends, fans around the world, and our faith in God, we can win this battle. End quote. And so now, and so it has not been revealed. They have not told us what cancer he has been diagnosed with and what stage of cancer or anything like that. And so we can only hope that they have caught it in the early stages, and that even though it will be a very hard and long process, that he will beat cancer. And so they, like I said, they reside in Argentina. That's their home. And so that was where he was taken to the hospital because they thought he had mumps. And that was when they found out the devastating news there. He will be getting treated here in the United States, however. And so, like I said, it's going to be a sad time, of course, for us fans, and because we're not going to be able to enjoy any performances or even any new music from Michael Buble. And if you are a fan of his wife, She is a model as well. So they both are going to be putting their careers, like I said, on hold, which is very nice. And it's something where it's very, I'm happy for them, and I'm happy that they have made that decision, and that, of course, rightfully so, they are going to stay very private about this matter. And most likely this is probably going to be the last that we hear from them publicly in regards to this matter. And I can't imagine, he's so young. He's only 3 years old. Like I said, his name is Noah. Their other son, the 10-month-old, his name is Elias. And so they are going to be dealing with that as a family. And so, like, the best that we can do, and what all that he's asking us for us to do, is to pray for them and to understand that we have to, give them their space and let them deal with that and let them move forward and go through this as a family. And so that was what I wanted to share about Michael Buble. And then I did also want to get into the CMAs. Now, the CMAs, whether you watched it or not, I actually enjoyed watching. I did not get to watch it in its entirety, I will admit, because due to work and like other things as well. And like I said, and you guys know that a lot of times I tape shows and programs, awards shows, games, all of that. And then I go back and I watch it like way later. And it's always really sad because a lot of times, because I wait so long to watch a show or to watch a program, it's like old news, especially when it's like a sporting event, or in this particular case, an award ceremony. It's different when it's like on Netflix or it's a show and you just have to catch up and you can just binge watch a show. But it's different when it's a live performance. And so there were some pieces of the CMAs that I did get to catch and get to watch, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And I wanted to share some kind of like a small recap for those of you that did miss it. And if you didn't, and you watched it, then, these are some of the highlights that we got to enjoy. We can just re-enjoy them together. Now, I think one of my favorites was Dolly Parton. She was honored with the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award, which was a lot of fun. I love Dolly. I really do. And I wish she was not my grandma, because I love my grandma, but I wish she was like a great aunt, because I just feel like she's just so much fun and so sweet and so nice. I love Dolly. And so, like I said, she did receive the Lifetime Achievement Award. And then, of course, the tribute to her was really, really good. Jennifer Nettles and Pentatonix performed Jolene, which is a classic. Reba sang 9 to 5. And so and those are just some of them, but those are my favorites of hers. And so it was a really good night, as well as, and I don't know why, and it truly did baffle me, why everybody was so upset about Beyonce and the Dixie Chicks performing together at the CMAs. And I'm not quite sure. People all, as soon as it was revealed that Beyonce was going to be performing at the CMAs, people just went in a tizzy. Now, and if you have a reason as to why you were in a tizzy for Beyonce performing at the CMAs, I truly, 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 and I mean this in all sincerity, would love to hear your reasoning why, so I can just try to understand your point of view, because, my point of view is the fact that you guys do know that Beyonce is from Texas, right? She's from Houston. And so it's not, and who are we to say that just because she is a pop singer and more of a, R&B, and that she is married to a man who's more into hip hop, who are we to say that she doesn't enjoy and doesn't listen to country music? You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what she grew up on, listening to some of these iconic performers and musicians and artists. And who are we to say that she isn't really good friends with a lot of them just because of the genre of music that she has pursued and that she is so successful in? I don't know. I'm just quite baffled as to why people, there are some other reasons that perhaps people were upset about as to why she was performing. But of course, those are very superficial. And I don't think if that's your argument as to why she should not have performed, then that's just something that you need to just deal with within yourself. That's all I have to say about that. But she did perform, and she performed with the Dixie Chicks, and the Dixie Chicks have also, they performed Daddy Issues. It's a song off Beyonce's most recent album, and Lemonade, for those of you, if you don't know, if you want to go back and listen to it as well. But the Dixie Chicks performed with her, and it was a lot of fun. That was one part that I did watch as well. And I know that it brought in a lot of viewers to the CMAs that necessarily would not watch the CMAs. And so that's always good for the awards show as well. And I thought it was a really good performance. I thought that she looked very beautiful, and then I thought that the Dixie Chicks looked very beautiful in their own style, because you know that they have different styles and they have different looks. And I thought that it was a lot of fun. I did not enjoy all the, there's been just so much speculation before the awards, during the awards, all over this. And I don't know, it was a fun experience. It was a fun performance, to say the least. And so if you missed it, you can of course rewatch the entire award show, or you can always find clips of it online. They have clips everywhere online. But then also another part that I really was excited to see, and this is something that is just exciting in general for the award show, is Randy Travis. So Randy Travis, for those of you who do not know, he suffered a stroke in 2013, and it was a very, very serious stroke, and he has been dealing ever since with complications from that stroke and has been recovering from that. And honestly, he wasn't able to walk or even really speak a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really was a life-threatening and difficult ordeal that he had to deal with. But now he at the awards show, he performed a small portion of his 1987 smash hit, Forever and Ever, Amen. So I know that was really exciting. He, of course, received a standing ovation from everyone in the audience. And it was just a nice, beautiful thing to see, and to have him not only there, but just to know of the long and difficult recovery that he's had to deal with. So it just signified a whole lot. So that was very, very beautiful to see, as well as Carrie Underwood. She looked gorgeous, did she not? She looked very, very beautiful. Of course, she never disappoints. And so that's kind of like the gist of a lot of the big moments of the CMAs and the most talked about moments from the CMAs. And like I said, if you haven't seen it, you can always go rewatch it, as well as watch a lot of the clips. There's just, it's exciting, and it was a really good awards show. That was the 50th CMAs. And so when we come back, I wanted to also discuss Taylor Swift, who did make an appearance to the CMAs as well. And so you are listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast. I will be right back.
Check out the show that's built on the MMA. From the UFC to extreme cage fighting, they got the fights covered. Check out the GSMC MMA podcast. Get the latest news on past or upcoming fights. Join us as we talk to and about some of the biggest names in the MMA, past, present, and future. When it's the fight game, there's just one show to check out. GSMCpodcast.com/MMA-podcast. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit GSMCpodcast.com for more info.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Entertainment Podcast. And so we are getting ready to wrap up this show, but there's a few little bits and pieces of news that I wanted to share with everyone. So first off, if you are a fan of Taylor Swift, and I know that she's been dealing with her amount of drama this summer, but if you still got love for Tay-Tay, then perhaps you have seen, and I will give it to celebrities this past weekend was Halloween, and I always enjoy watching and seeing celebrity pictures on Instagram, Twitter, or whatever of their Halloween costumes, because they're always a lot of fun and it's always exciting. And because they have so much money, they can actually get really good costumes and like get wigs and makeups. Well, not makeups, but get their makeup done or order custom, whatever it is, to truly transform into whatever character that they want. And one of my favorite Halloween costumes worn by a celebrity was when Katy Perry was a hot Cheeto, like literally just a hot Cheeto, which I thought was a lot of fun. And then there's just so many different costumes that celebrities wear, and they're just a lot of fun. So if you noticed this past Halloween, Taylor Swift dressed up as Deadpool. Now, Deadpool is, he's played by Ryan Reynolds, and for those of you who thought that the suit looked really, really good and really authentic, it's because Ryan truly let Taylor wear the Deadpool costume. Like, it's truly the suit that he wears. And so I just thought that was kind of cool. And I thought that was another perk of being a celebrity, is that not only can you get custom pieces, oftentimes if you're cool enough and if you're on good enough standing with a particular character, their actress or whatever, you may even be able to snag the authentic, true costume, suit, whatever. And so you could definitely take a look at her Instagram. She posted a lot of pictures in the suit. She looked really cute. I liked it. I really did. I wanted to dress up as a superhero this year, but ran out of time. So I guess I'll have to wait till next year. But anyways, in other news, Lady Gaga. Now, Lady Gaga, I did tell you guys in a previous episode that she has been set to perform not only at the upcoming Victoria's Secret fashion show, but also with the 2017 Super Bowl. So she has a lot on her plate. She's also going on tour. She's releasing a lot of new music. It's just been these last few months have been a lot of Lady Gaga news, and she's coming out and working on a lot of projects. And so I wanted to share also another tidbit that we have just learned is that, okay, so remember we discussed American Crime Story and that their third season would be based upon the murder of Versace, correct? And that they were going to explore into that case. And so it has just been revealed that Lady Gaga will be playing Donatella Versace. Now, and I just think that this is going to be a lot of fun because they look very, very similar and they are very good friends already. And so I think that, of course, in true Lady Gaga fashion, she will definitely get into full character when it comes to playing Donatella. And she has also played characters that have that represent Donatella, such as in American Horror Story. So there's other times that this is not new to her. And so I'm very excited to see that they have not released much of the other cast members that are going to be playing alongside her in this drama, in the FX drama series. So I'm excited for that. So that's another thing to look forward to see in which we will see Lady Gaga perform. And then to wrap it up this episode, I wanted to discuss and touch on some new news in regards to a Chinese company is buying the company who owns the TV rights to the Golden Globes and other award show. I know that we just discussed the CMAs as well. And so they're a Chinese company named Wanda, and they also already own AMC Theaters as well as Legendary Entertainment. And so they're just taking on more. And so it has officially, so Dirk Clark Production officially has sold to China's Wanda Group, and that they will, it's just another way, and they bought it for I am so sorry, that was definitely wrong, but they bought it for $1 billion, and they are the 100% owners of Dirk Clark Productions. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of changes they may or may not make. Who knows? We'll see what happens. And that was just that on there because it's interesting because we don't think about a lot of times, well, at least myself, I don't think about some of these huge companies actually being owned outside of the United States, especially when they are they're big American companies, right? And so Wanda has definitely stepped it up, and like I said, Legendary as well as AMC Theaters, and now acquiring the rights to also, the Golden Globes. So I'm interested to see how that's going to change. But that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast. You can listen to this show as well as future and previous episodes on our network website. That's gsmcpodcast.com, as well as on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. I will talk to you guys next time.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast. part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. From movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.